Good morning, and we are live. And while I wait for people to hop on, just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Nikki Schauder. I'm from a website called growmyownfood.com. My husband and I are passionate about helping suburban homeowners, families, urban families grow their own food because we have managed to do so in our tiny yard. Here you go. And today's topic is about lazy gardening. So this whole week I'm going to be doing a series on lazy gardening. Hey Brian, welcome, nice to see you. I'm back periscoping. The babies are asleep. How are you doing in Chicago, and how's your garden doing? Feel free to type in and I'm gonna just give a few permy tips. So this whole week, like I said, is Lazy Gardening 101, and it is about helping you grow your own food the lazy way. So you can do that by yesterday we talked about planting, using what you have, which is a permaculture principle. And today we're going to talk about planting perennials. So just to recap, yesterday we talked about Lazy Gardening 101. One of the ways that you can lazy garden is use what you have. So for instance, let me turn around and show you. We don't want to haul in more soil. We want this to be the last year that we haul in more soil. So we are trying to use what we have, which are kitchen scraps, and turn them into fertilizer for our soil. So we use eggshells, banana peels. You can do these directly, not all of the scraps that are in there, but just like eggshells, banana peel, tea bags can be put into the garden safely because they kind of brown really quickly and then the rats don't get in. So we are expert rat killers. Not expert, but we have killed rats. So we know what it is to have a rat problem, and that's why our compost bin is rat proof. It is fenced in all around. But going back to our topic. I'm off topic. So that was yesterday. Use what you have. Today we are talking about planting perennials. So I thought I'd give you a tour of the backyard. On Saturday, I might be periscoping again because we're having a meetup here and having people tour our winter garden. It doesn't look like much, but I'll point out the perennials that you can grow, and that'll serve your garden really well. So lazy gardening is all about not doing more than you need to do in order to harvest your own food. And there is a forest gardener named Martin Crawford in England who says he gardens 10 days out of an entire year. And so that is pretty impressive, right? So how can we do that? I only want to garden 10 days. I'm a busy mom. I'm sure you guys have other main gigs, side gigs, and gardening is just a part of your life. And how do you integrate that? So planting perennials is a way to do it. So here are some perennials without further ado. This is, and if you know what this is, type it in the chat box. This is anise hyssop, which if you smell it, it is a minty but a different kind of mint, like perfumey smell. And it's gone to seed, and so these seeds will just produce more anise hyssop. So there you go. Lazy gardening. Don't need to buy more seeds for this thing if you wanted to grow more anise hyssop. Planting trees. These are pawpaws. Oh, this is not a pawpaw. This is a... What is this? Let me check. Look at the tag and see if it's still on. See, it goes to show that I am not... Red gem gumi. Okay, so this is a gumi berry. And we haven't quite gotten gumi berries out of this, but this is yet another perennial addition to your backyard garden. It's very thorny, so children beware. We would not include this in our kids' garden at the school. And this is our pawpaw tree, which you can see is starting to leaf out. And what we don't want to happen, which happened last year, is for it to get warm and it leaves out and then all of a sudden get cold again. because that just killed our pawpaw fruit for that year. And nothing I could do could save it. And these are, this is another gumi. All of these are perennials. So bushes, this is a gooseberry, which is thorny. This is echinacea, which comes back every year. So that's another perennial. And what's good about echinacea? I mean, eventually you'll have enough that you can dig up some of the root and have it for your tea. I like to use these dried leaves and these seed heads in my teapot as well, and you get immunity resistance, right, for the cold winter months. What you see on the ground is strawberries that are evergreen, and these are ever-bearing strawberries, not just June-bearing. And you won't see it now because it's gone and hid itself, but we do have a rhubarb somewhere in there. And the rhubarb comes back. Yet another tree, a pear tree. This is a marshmallow root around that green area. See, marshmallow is a good... Oh, and see, even the rest of these nettles, they all come back. Oh, what else do I see? These things are more, well, the strawberries are perennial, but you see, a lazy gardener will spend like less amount of time in the garden, but reap all that abundant harvest. And the best way to do that is to plant perennials. Perennials come in several forms. There are herbs that are perennial, such as lovage and thyme, depending on where you live, thyme and parsley. And some annuals actually act as perennials, like calendula, because they seed themselves the next year. Let me see what else. We have grapes. So right now, you see our garden is pretty dormant. It's gone to sleep, but these guys are gonna wake up again and come back every year. This is a grapevine. This is a cherry tree, and this is another gooseberry, which is pretty prickly and thorny, and another pear tree. So if you are here for the first time, my name is Nikki. We are at growmyownfood.com, where we are passionate about educating and motivating the common homeowner to grow their own food. So please head on there, sign up, because soon, March 4th, we will be having a Plant Your Pantry challenge, where it's going to be different than last year. We have the Plant Your Pantry challenge within a garden game framework. As you can see my eyes. And it's just the funnest thing about our garden game is that people really get pumped up to grow their own food and excited, and there are prizes, and you get to know growers from all over the US, sometimes even France. So this time we're opening it up to just more than, we can open it up to as many people as possible, because we are not sending out growing kits. So hop on to growmyownfood.com, sign up there, and learn more about us, okay? And if you have any questions about perennials in the garden, shoot, feel free to email us and ask us. So I've given you a few examples of what those are and how that ROI is that's gonna boost your ROI, because you'll have less work to do. All right, so if there aren't any questions, I'm going to keep composting, because I have a few moments and I have my compost bin there, and if you want to see under the hoop houses, I can do that too. I'll just show you. Oh no, this has not been covered. You don't want these lovelies to go to get frostbitten, so, but we've got a ton of greens, not tiny, and they don't look like much yet, but lots of greens. See, this is the hard part. This is what you don't want to have to do too much of, is the annual garden beds. But you want your greens as well, so. All right, so I'll chat with you later. I'll see you at growmyownfood.com, and thanks for stopping by.